Welcome to another episode of the Bottom of the Stream Movie Show. My name is Adam.
My name's Nick. Welcome back. It's that time of week again where we search through the bottom of the Netflix stream to see if we can find a movie that might turn out to be a hidden gem.
That's what we do here.
Occasionally we find one.
That's what people are here for. We're coming up very close to the end of this season.
We are.
This is, what's the word before penultimate? Penultimate.
Okay, yeah.
I made it up. Let's go with it.
Change approved.
Yes. This week we are watching a French-Canadian zombie movie known as Ravenous. Ravenous was released in 2017. It is an 18. It runs for 1 hour and 44 minutes and is currently rated a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb and is a Netflix original. 5.8.
So, yeah, I was actually listening earlier on my drive to our episode on security, which is a couple of weeks ago.
Okay,
the
yeah.
Antonio Banderas film.
Yeah.
And that was 5.7.
Okay.
And we really like that movie.
We did really like that movie.
So let's see how this compares.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Let's do that. This movie stars a guy called Marc-André Grondin. He plays Bonin. We've done a lot of movies on this show now, and it seems every week we come across people who have been on this show before.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, we mentioned the movie last week that this guy was in.
Did we?
And we couldn't remember what it was called.
Oh, okay.
So you remember the movie where they went to the survival camp and the guy got shot in the head before the end of the movie? The main character died.
Yes.
He's in that.
Is he?
It's called The Decline.
The Decline.
Yeah, he's in that.
Oh, right.
Really randomly.
Was that Canadian?
Yes, I think it was, but I don't think it was French.
Okay.
I think it was just Canadian.
Okay.
This movie also stars Monia Chokri. She plays Tanya, and Charlotte St. Martin plays Zoe. I haven't got anything on those people because they just do French shit. As they have done here. This movie was written and directed by Robin Aubert. I have budgets on this movie.
Nice.
Do you want to guess on the estimated budget of this movie? But unfortunately, I've only got it in Canadian dollars.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not really up on my exchange rate, but I will say 1 million Canadian dollars.
It's 3.7 million.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Canadian dollars. I'm just going to do some sort of
conversion.
Bear with me.
I'm not really sure how strong the Canadian dollar is currently.
It's 1.8 million pounds.
Okay.
Do you want to have a guess at the gross worldwide box office of this movie?
I will say.
Bearing in mind it cost 3.7 million Canadian to make.
$300,000.
I would tell you that you need to go lower.
Oh, okay. 200,000.
Lower.
100,000.
Lower.
Wow. $50,000.
Lower.
Wow. Wow.
This movie made gross worldwide box office of 41,026 American dollars.
Wow.
Which is basically zero in movie terms. It's what I would imagine is considered a flop.
And I'm guessing Netflix wouldn't have paid two point something Canadian dollars.
Nope.
Million Canadian
No, whoever's
dollars.
financed this movie has not made their money back on it. That is a fact.
Okay.
Where does this movie start, Nick?
Well, my one-word review.
Oh, yeah. What's your one-word... That's literally the first line in my notes. Ask Nick one-word review. What's your one-word review, Nick?
Chairs.
Chairs. Lots of chairs.
No, just chairs. One word.
Okay. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot the rules there for a minute. Yeah, there's lots of chairs in this movie for some reason. Where does this movie start, Nick?
Fog. There's a foggy field with a chair in.
There is. I was like, I couldn't make out what I was looking at.
Yeah, it's like a rocking chair.
Is that a chair?
In a field.
I couldn't get the perspective. I was like, it's either a chair or a building.
Yeah.
And my very first line says, fuck, there's no fucking dub. Again.
Oh, was there not?
No,
I didn't even look.
There's no dub on
Didn't
this
even
movie.
look. You'd have thought with all that Canadian money, they could have at least afforded
There's
to do
loads of dubs on this movie. It's dubbed
Okay.
into Turkish.
Nice.
It's dubbed into Brazilian. It's dubbed into all sorts of languages. But there is no English dub for some bizarre reason. Foggy chair in a field, my first note. Then where do we go?
I jumped.
You jumped.
Straight away.
Because of the tone shift.
Yes.
More than anything.
The race cars.
Yeah, so we start off in the foggy field, misty field with no noise.
Yeah.
And suddenly there's a stock car race.
I did jump a
going
few
on.
times in this movie.
Yeah, that made me jump, I must admit.
We were at a stock car race.
Yeah. On some
And-
sort of racetrack.
Yeah, they're going around the oval, and then we cut to backstage.
Yeah.
Is that a word? Like,
Yeah.
and,
Backtrack.
and one of the drivers
Yep.
is getting off
Getting off or necking on, whatever you want to say.
with one of like the pit girls, I think.
Yeah, pit crew,
Yeah.
pit girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having a big kiss, and
then we're sort of over the shoulder of a third person
yeah,
who
it's
arrives
like a
into the
younger
scene.
girl,
Yeah.
and she kind
And
of
I'm
is,
like, oh, is this a spurned lover? Is
yeah,
this a
what
love
is going
triangle?
on? Yeah, I thought we were meeting our characters.
But then this third girl just screams, runs at them, and bites the throat out of the other girl.
Yep, we meet our first zombie before we
Yeah.
meet any of our characters. And then the film cuts straight into that, from that into its title card. Title card's in French. The French title of this movie is The Hungry,
Okay.
not Ravenous. We cut back out of the title card and we meet with an old man who is running into the woods. And there are a lot of zombies chasing him.
Yeah, and we start on the road, don't we? And there's
Yeah.
been an upturned car and there's loads of debris.
You can tell
and
this
he's...
is the post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
setup has happened. Then we meet a kid. He's letting his horse free.
Yes,
And
he's
letting it go
crying
off in-
on a
yes,
farm, and
he
he
is.
walks out of the gate
Yep.
past a couple of graves.
3 graves. in fact.
Hastily
Yep.
shallow made graves, I think.
Yes, sounds like it.
I'll rearrange those words so they make sense.
Okay, cool. I'll do that in the edit. It's fine. Then we meet another. We're just basically going around meeting characters here.
Yeah.
So then we meet another couple of guys.
They're telling jokes.
They're telling jokes whilst burning a pile of bodies. Yeah, just on the side of the road, leaning against their truck, telling some jokes while they watch some bodies burn.
Then we pitch up in a ghost town.
Yeah,
I guess.
a deserted town.
A woman driving a car. She stops sort of down Main Street.
Yep.
I guess you would call it. Opens a car door.
Yeah.
And cranks the radio way up.
Yes, she's like they're calling them in.
Yeah.
And then she obliterates one with a meat cleaver.
Yeah, she cleaves up a zombie good and proper.
She does. She gets back in her car,
Winds her windows up, shuts the door, and there's a creepy zombie kid just
staring
at
out through the window. So she just drives away. Always a smart move to avoid the zombie children.
Yes.
Zombie children are never good fun.
We cut back to the old man that we saw
Yeah.
earlier, and I've just put question mark, is he bitten? Because he's got like a bandage on.
Yeah, he doesn't look well.
Yeah.
And he's kind of hiding in the woods away from these zombies that are chasing him. Then we cut back to what we literally, nobody's spoken yet. We just cut in between all these characters.
The two jokers.
The two jokers, we're back with them. They're now driving their van back away from wherever they were. And one of them spots something in the woods.
Well, this is good. I thought this was quite creepy as well. So they're driving alongside all these woods, and there's for a few frames, you see a clearing
Yes.
as they're driving past, and there's just a mother and daughter
Stood there.
staring at the road.
And one of the guy goes, "Oh, that's Jane and her daughter."
Yeah.
And let's go and have a look. Reverse. Let's go and see what's going on. So he gets out of his van. He heads towards them. They're quite clearly zombies.
Yeah.
But then it was really weird to see what happened here, because when he got to them, one of them was in a tree.
Yeah, the kid had gone up a tree.
Yeah.
Like feral zombie
Yeah.
fast.
And then the other one is standing behind him, laughing at him.
Yeah.
So these are like almost sentient zombies, I guess.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he's bleeding from the neck.
Yeah,
we just
she
hear
bit
a bang.
his neck
She bit
out.
his neck out. We don't see it. He then shoots her.
And then loads of kids just come running out of the woods.
Hundreds
zombie
of them
kids.
just come running at him. So he dives into the back of his van. His mate drives off, and they're all being chased down the road while they're trying to escape.
Yeah.
Vizina is this guy's name, I think.
Yes, he's the guy who got bitten.
He's in a bad way. His neck's been bitten out. Then we cut back to the old man. The kid saves him by shooting at a couple
Yeah,
of
the farm
zombies.
kid saves him.
So they become a team and they're together now.
The old man's like, I've just had to kill my wife.
Yeah. And the kid just kind of looks at him and says, oh, "That's the worst.
I know
how you
right?
feel."
Yeah.
Feels like he's just killed his whole family.
Oh, my book's falling apart.
Oh no!
Picked it up to change the page and left half of it on the desk.
Oh, Nick's had a book disaster. Bear with.
It's okay,
Play
we're
some
all right.
hold music.
Yeah.
Vizina and his mate, we later find out he's Bonin.
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 Bonin. Him and his mate are boning.
John Bonin. Bonin.
Bonin becomes the main character in this movie, but at the minute it's just Vizina's mate. They're having a bit of a heart-to-heart.
They talk about their regrets.
Yeah,
like
things they
if
wish
the
they'd
world
have
hadn't
done.
gone to shit, what would you have done?
Yeah,
and Vizina says, "Oh, I want to take my kids to Disney."
Yeah.
And Bonin says, I should have told that girl I loved her,
Girl. Yeah.
even if she'd have said no.
Yeah. And then they say that their lives don't really amount to much. Then we cut back to the lady who we met earlier. she's going to take some fuel for her car.
We don't find out later, but for the purpose of this, we find out her name is Celine.
Okay, I did not find that out
Okay.
all the way through this movie. She's found some fuel on the side of the road, like a truck stop.
It's
kind
like
of area.
I think
it's a farm,
It's
isn't
like a
it?
mom and pop gas station, isn't it?
type thing. Yeah. So she stops to get some fuel, but as she gets out, a couple of old ladies come out and hold her at gunpoint and tell her to take all her clothes off. She's told to strip at gunpoint by two old women, but they just want to see if she's been bitten.
Yes, and they, after they've established she has not been bitten,
they offer her a beer.
Come and have a beer. Come and sit with us. And Celine tells them that they are the first survivors she has seen for days.
Yeah, so the world is not in a good spot, or at least French Canada isn't.
Quebec, I think it was.
Quebec, it was filmed in Quebec.
Right,
Yes. Then Bonin takes Vicina's body back to wherever they live.
They've got
They've
like a camp
area. And there's another guy there who starts to chop him up and bury him.
Oh, this guy who's all in camo.
Yeah,
I never got his name.
No, I didn't know. He was completely in camo the whole time.
Yeah.
Even his like balaclava's camo.
But Bonin. So I think in this journey back, Vicina has passed away.
Yeah.
And the guy in camo is like, I'll do it.
They literally chop him up before they bury him, so he can't come back. Bonin's going for a lie down, but he unfortunately finds a girl tied to his bed.
Yeah.
She's claiming a dog bit her.
Yes, she's got bandaged arm, but she's saying it's a dog bite. It's a dog bite. I've not been bitten.
Yeah, so he goes in to talk to her. She basically just must have stumbled into their camp.
And I thought this was quite funny. Bonin says to her, he's explaining how the transformation happens if you've been bitten.
Yeah.
You'll start to feel unwell, and he describes it as taking a couple of days to happen.
Takes a little while.
Which I'm not sure is consistent, because I think some people
it happens
quicker.
in minutes sometimes.
But that's what he says. I thought they were the rules we were setting.
But they weren't. It was just time wasting.
And then the lady who's tied to the bunk says, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Your friend's put earplugs in me.
Yeah, whoever's tied me up has put earplugs in me. Then they hear an explosion outside, and there's like something moving in the woods.
Yeah, it's lots of screaming and noise in the woods.
So Bonin cuts her free because he's like, he can't leave her in case they're about to be invaded. So he cuts her free, and suddenly his mate is now a zombie.
Yes, he comes running out of the woods.
Attacks the truck. So Tanya, this girl, turns out to be called, and Bonin drive off. They leave the camp. His mate is now a zombie.
He jumps on the bonnet.
He does, yeah. They go past loads of zombies in the woods.
Well, he jumps on the bonnet. They drive past, but then he also manages to get in the back.
Somehow he's in the back of the
and
truck.
he reaches through the window, doesn't he?
Yeah, so she grabs Bonin's gun and reluctantly shoots his head off.
Yeah.
Literally. Then, in the next scene, she's cleaning the blood off her accordion.
Yeah, I've put, they stop to clean up, she has an accordion.
Really random. And then, my note says...
I don't know if they're parked up again, or they were just getting ready to set off.
Yeah, they're parked up in their van sitting next to each other. And my note says, a twat sneaks up and makes them jump. This guy just sneaks up on the van and just screams at them.
Yeah, I've put... a man appears at the window to scare them. He knows Bonin and is a pretend army man.
Yes, that's exactly what this is. He's like the comedy side character.
Yeah, he's like his dad's army type character.
Yeah, he just
and
makes
his thing
them
is
jump.
that he
Jump
scares
people. In a zombie apocalypse, that's not a good thing to do. He's back. He tells them he's just come back from war, which he hasn't. It's just not true.
And Bonin basically says to Tanya that he's a local...
Yeah, he's a local weirdo.
Strange. Yeah.
Demes, his name is.
Yeah.
We cut back to the old man. The old man, he tells the kid about his story about how he had to run
said,
from
I hesitated.
his wife. And,
I shouldn't have hesitated. He said, I ran from my wife and sons. I couldn't kill them.
Yeah, and the kid tells about how he shot his mum.
And we get a kind of a flashback for him. Yeah, the kid having
I don't think they let us any lines all the way through this movie.
He says his name later on.
Yeah, he doesn't speak a lot though, does he?
Not
Most
many.
of his story comes from flashback. Bonin and Tanya then randomly turn up at a random house, which happens a lot.
I didn't know if this was another hideout, and Bonin and his little group just had several...
They just seem to turn up at buildings quite often. So yeah, maybe. They take a look around.
There's lots of banging around this farmhouse and stables.
They're in this farmhouse, and they can hear something upstairs. So Tanya goes to investigate, and there's a little girl.
Yeah.
There's a little girl hiding in one of the bedrooms. She's terrified.
Who we later find out is called Zoe.
Yes.
Bonin also finds some life, I guess.
It does,
he finds a box of kittens.
It does find a little
which
box
they
of
do not
kittens.
take with
They
them.
do not. That would have been a nightmare trying to look after cats as well. Yeah, Tanya cleans Zoe up a little bit, and they leave with her. The three of them leave together. There's not even any question that
Bonin tells
We can
an
take this guy with
inappropriate adult joke,
he does. Yeah,
which neither of the female companions find funny.
no. Then they pull up at a caravan. I think it was like a caravan site.
Yeah.
And they stay the night there.
I had to rewind this next bit a couple of times so we cut to the next morning.
Yeah.
And Tanya is taking a whiz.
Yeah, she's
in the
relieving
field
herself in a field.
in the morning.
It's quite a grown field.
It's like
It's like
boob level
boob height. Yeah,
grass.
that's a good measurement.
Ferns. It's like bracken, isn't
Yeah,
it?
bracken.
And she takes a step and there's a click.
Yeah.
And I thought she stepped on a mine.
I thought she'd stood on something.
I think
agree.
she'd just broken a branch.
But it was a really bad
But
sound
the way
effect.
she looked down, I was like, oh shit, she stood on a
something.
mine
Yeah.
and she can't move.
No.
And then there's a zombie the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Just a single one, just looking straight at her.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously heard this noise.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's nice. That's a good setup. She
Yeah.
can't move. But then she drops down
Yeah,
into
she
this
does. So then
undergrowth.
it can't see her anymore, and there's like a chase going on through this undergrowth. It was quite good.
And we're at like Tanya's eye level, so we're seeing
Yeah.
the bottom of the.
Yeah, we see its
Field.
feet occasionally, but then it does catch her,
It does. It
and it
pulls
grabs
her
on
up.
top of him. It grabs on top of her, and she gets rescued by Bonin. He comes in with his gun,
Stabs it dead.
stabs it dead with his gun, and she loses it a little bit. She
freaks out,
She's
yeah.
like, "Fucking hell, this is ridiculous. I don't want to live this life."
She's like, I can't believe I'm stuck with this nerd and this mysterious girl.
Yeah.
Is what the subtitle was saying. I was like, Peter Andre coming in.
They talk about it afterwards, don't they? Because Bonin and Zoe are like, "Well, she thinks I'm a nerd, but she thinks you're mysterious."
Oh, I thought you were saying the other way. Like, at least you're mysterious.
Yeah, I'm just
she
a
just
nerd.
thinks I'm a nerd.
Yeah. So she wants to go back to her old life, and she was some sort of model or something in her old life.
Yeah.
She worked outside a sex shop or something as a model,
something.
enticing people in, not like a model. Just because they're about to drive off, guess who shows up?
Demas
shows
scares
up
them
and makes
again.
all three of them jump.
He says, I've
That
been
really made me laugh because I'm like, this is such a stupid character. It's like
It was a
this really
stupid
serious film, and then this joke character just pops up every so often. It really made me laugh.
And he says, I've been walking around.
Yep.
You know, as I do, seems to be what he does. He says something's afoot on Route 8.
Yes. You might need to go and investigate.
But he doesn't really
It
elaborate.
doesn't tell them anything. So they go and have a look. They pull up at the side of the road. Bonin gets out, goes and has a look.
And there's like a noise. Oh, it's like a high-pitched radio
Yeah, it's horrible noise.
frequency type noise.
Yeah.
I think it was the zombies screaming.
Communicate with
Yeah.
each other, yeah, somehow. Because the zombies are making a pile of chairs.
It was no, this is just a pile of junk.
Well,
This
yeah,
one, isn't
yeah,
it?
this one is just the junk.
And they're all, and zombies are slowly. Well, a group of zombies are just staring at it
Yeah,
and
just-
sort of wailing.
Yeah,
and
completely
it's
like,
quite creepy.
yeah, nonplussed. They're just obsessed with this pile. It's really strange. And then one of them, who is carrying a chair, sees Bonin watching them.
Yeah.
And starts screeching and screaming.
The zombie screams I thought were very effective.
Yeah, they
actually.
were,
I
to be
thought
fair.
it was a horrible sound.
So they all then chase him back to his truck, and they do manage to get away.
But again, the screams are just ongoing.
Constantly, well, there's a drone shot at this point that goes on for ages, and all over the top it's just screaming.
Yeah.
And it's really like, that's too much now. Stop it. So I didn't like it. It was going on. It went on for ages, and I was like, this
I
screaming's
liked
really
it because I didn't
disconcerting.
like it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And they head over to meet up with these two old ladies.
Well, just before that, there's a very quick, just to show that I suppose they're in the same vicinity. The old man and the kid
Yeah.
are like rerouting because they're the
Yeah.
they're the other side of this field with this temple in.
Everybody in this movie is all quite close together.
Yeah.
So they go and meet up with these two old ladies at this like gas station house. And
Bonin knows them.
yes, one of them slaps him as soon as she gets
Yeah.
there. And she's really upset that his mate's dead,
Yeah.
Vizina.
Vizina.
So I didn't know if she was like related to him in some way or what, but we never get any explanation about who any
But
of these people
that's what Bonin's like. I've come to
Tell-
break this news.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
tell her this news, yeah. We never really get any explanation on who anybody is. And
I'm quite proud of myself here. just
Go
to
on.
say. So I put that he tells, I think it's Teresa,
yeah,
about the zonument that they just found in the
you
field.
should be proud of that.
Yeah, thanks.
Well done. So then pretty much all our characters are together now. There's only the old man and the kid who are not there yet. And they're all discussing about what they should do.
They're like, this is weird. This is a change in behaviour.
Yes. something's
by
happening.
the horde. They seem to be gathering.
Yes.
We don't know why, but it's going to make it very difficult to get out, basically, because we think that they're kind of working on the assumption that the army or the authorities have blocked off roads to try and create a perimeter.
Yeah. Because Tanya's all for trying to get into a city.
Yeah.
She's like, whoever's in charge will be protecting the cities more than they're protecting the countryside where we are. So, but nobody else is keen on that idea. Everybody's like, I feel like cities would be more dangerous. And I think
some of them want to stay there, batten down the hatches, and I think Celine says, "Look, they're gathering, like we said. Yeah. It's too dangerous.
Yeah, we have to leave.
We should try and get out."
Celine's the woman with a meat cleaver at the beginning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's like, we have to make a plan. We have to get out of here. Cut to outside. Tanya's gone outside and she's throwing up because she claims it's because of this dog bite that she's
got. One of the older ladies heard about a bunker.
Yes.
So they decide maybe that's where they should at least start to head for.
Meanwhile, Bonin's got his headphones on and is listening to some music, which randomly is in English. Just randomly listening to English songs.
It's fine, he can do that.
No, he can do that if he wants. Yeah. I often listen to French Canadian music. They all share a bed, Bonin, Tanya and Zoe. And they have a bit of a heart-to-heart in bed, don't they?
Tanya's like, do you ever wonder about what happened to your family or if things hadn't happened? And Bonin sort of gives some sort of cryptic lines about he tries not to think about it or how... I think he says I try not to think about how they saw me.
Yes.
Whatever that means. In
the middle of the night, Tanya wakes up and she can see that Bonin isn't there and everybody's downstairs.
Yeah.
And they're having a meeting. And their meeting is about Tanya's hand, which she's been bitten on.
And she's like, look, I don't know how many times I have to tell you. It is a dog bite.
Yes. But they're worried.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't trust anybody. We don't know you. We can't trust that you're not going to turn. But before they can get into this, they get interrupted by a loud noise outside. Because somebody's outside being the lookout. So they go and investigate.
There's gatherings at the edge of the field.
There's lots.
Yeah.
How many zombies? Lots.
Well,
no, actually, there's lots that show up. So they have to run. They abandon the house. They run into the woods. Loads of zombies follow them. Zoe manages to kill one of them.
Yes, she does.
The little girl.
My criticism here would be, I know it's night.
Yeah.
But this part of the movie was exceptionally dark.
It was.
Like, very hard to tell what was going on.
There's a big zombie fight now. Yeah. And it goes on for ages. But my one note says, big zombie sequence. Because you can't really describe or see what's going on.
There's lots of shooting, lots of screaming. They're running through the woods. Zoe saves Tanya, like you say. And then Celine saves both of them as they are cornered by zombies. And
then the scene ends. It's kind of the next day now. And they're all kind of regrouping.
Yeah, just before that. So having saved Zoe and Tanya, Celine then just runs off into the distance, wielding her cleaver and screaming.
Yeah.
Like she's drawing the zombies away. She's like Han Solo in Star Wars, running away from stormtroopers. Yeah. And then we sort of dawn breaks and
we regroup.
Bits of zombies strewn all over the woods.
Somehow all of our characters have survived.
Yeah.
Every single one of them seem to have been alright. They meet up with the old man and the kid. They're very wary of them.
Yes.
They do.
They're cleaning up at a river, aren't they? Yeah. And that's when the two groups meet.
Yes. So all of our people are together now. Tanya has a bit of a lesson from one of the old ladies about how to use a gun.
Yeah.
How to take the safety off, what to do, what to point it at, etc., etc. Then they walk off into the wood, into the field.
Well, they get to the edge of the woods and they have a bit of a debate because the two old ladies, they've got across this big field, open space, and the two old ladies like, well, we can't really run.
Yeah.
That's a big space. And Bonin says, well, we have got another option. We continue down the river.
Yeah.
But that will take us an extra day.
Yeah.
And they all decide, no, we're going to...
Bonin offers to carry one of these ladies. And she's like, I've not been carried for 50 years. Nobody's carrying me now. Just as they make it out into the clearing of this field, guess what happens? Demas jumps out.
Yeah.
Scares them all again. But unfortunately, this time, Tanya's loaded and shoots him in the chest.
This character was purely worth being in this movie just for this joke.
Yeah.
You said he's a one-note character, but he's a joke character.
Yeah. This is the joke.
This punchline paid those bits off.
It did make me laugh.
It does feel a bit out of place.
Completely.
In this really serious and quite...
Yeah, like arty movie.
Yeah.
Really slow, really plodding.
You've just got this sheer comedy, but it's a good joke.
It's a good joke. He jumps out at them, scares them. Tanya just shoots him straight in
And
the
he
chest.
goes
Instantly.
miles.
He goes fucking flying.
It was really
And
funny.
Bonnie goes to check up on him, and he's definitely dead. And she's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I've killed your mate." And he's like, "You did the right thing. He could have been." They'd actually tell Tanya that he'd been bitten and that he was a zombie to make her feel better. But yeah, it was weird. It was just so out of place in this movie, but it was funny. They then find this. Is this where they find the pile of chairs?
Yeah, this is the temple.
Yeah. So
field, how I've called it. So another zonument.
yeah,
but this is just
chairs.
Chairs, and it's massive.
It's 100 feet high. Yeah. It's huge. No idea how they've done it, but they've somehow done it. No idea why they've done it, but they've done it.
I thought this was really interesting because they are crossing this field, but again, the zombies who are in the field are just focused on
completely just
this
looking at
communication, looking at this zonument, and but then Zoe knocks over it's like a can or a gas canister or something, makes a big clang, and one of the zombies turns right around and looks at her.
Yeah,
but it doesn't go for her.
No,
and it doesn't raise the alarm. It doesn't scream.
And
then I'm thinking, oh, is she bitten?
Yeah,
because does it know? Again, this is like zombie law, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it knows she's bitten,
she won't go for her.
But that doesn't seem to be the case.
Doesn't seem to be. I don't know what happened.
But I guess the thing is the zombies are more focused on whatever this
they don't care about
temple
killing
is.
now. They care about chairs.
Yeah.
So they all hunker down for the night. They have a pickle each for dinner.
Yeah.
And then there's a scene now where they just all watch each other for ages. They just all sit staring at each other.
They're eyeing each
Nothing
other up
happens.
because no one trusts each other.
Yeah, it goes on for ages.
The old man who we find out is called Real.
Yeah.
Him and Celine just eyeballing each other.
Yeah, just watching each other.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking. They're all just looking at each other.
And he says
I'm just sitting there looking, watching them.
And he says the kid's name is Tickle. Or Tickle. Tickle.
Yeah. Then they just start... This is a really weird scene. They walk through the woods. And they all walk past the camera.
I liked it.
And then the camera just lingers on them not being there.
So they walk in and out of frame.
Yeah. For ages.
Yeah.
And this camera just sits on an empty frame.
I quite liked it. So the whole group goes by one.
Yeah.
But then the old man, Real, he never went past.
Yeah.
So then the camera doesn't move. We're still looking at the same, I don't know, few feet of woods with the footpath. So then Tikul turns around and comes back. And then Celine comes back after the kid.
Yeah.
And I quite liked it.
I'm not so convinced. I was kind of out by this point. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, the camera just lingers there for ages. Then
they've split into two groups basically now.
Yeah.
So Real, Tikul, and Celine are not out of the woods.
Yeah.
The rest of them are
in the woods
onto the next destination,
which is a cabin. They find a cabin. And when they get inside this cabin, there's a message somewhere. Was it written on something?
There's no. So they go through all the cupboards. There's no canned goods. There's nothing there. And there's a note on the table.
Yeah, and it warns them against going into the town.
It says, "Don't go into town. Town's infected."
Yeah.
I've not seen anyone for days, and it's signed number 79.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
weird. Then what was the old man's name?
Real.
He turns and attacks the kid.
Yes.
He bites him.
Rips his throat out.
Then he gets shot in the head by one of the ladies.
No, Celine.
Celine shoots him in the head. Okay.
And but at the same time, there are zombies also at the cabin.
And one of the old, because one of the old ladies gets her face bitten off.
Pauline, I think her name was. She gets her face ripped off.
Yeah, bit of her face is just kind of hanging off her.
Yeah.
Then they all just sit and do nothing.
Well, we have no, they don't. They have so Celine talks to Tikul because she's saying, opens up about her family, and he basically passes her the rifle, and she's got to put him down.
Yeah, which she does
to put the kid down off camera.
Yes, you don't see it.
And then we see Celine walking out of the woods on her own.
On her own, she's all alone again.
And then we cut to Pauline and Therese talking because I presume they're life partners.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
just good mates.
I don't know.
Who knows?
And
we don't get any character development in this.
Therese, they have a chat about, I can't even remember what they talk about. And again, Therese raises her gun because she's got
to finish her off as well. And she
does.
The
group is shrinking.
Shrinking massively. Then they find the bunker that they were looking for.
Yeah, Celine meets back up with them.
Yeah.
And Yeah, presumably they catch up with the
You can tell I was
latest news.
out by this point because my note says they found the bunker, so they just sit around in there for a bit.
It's bare.
There's nothing there. And there's this one shot where they're all just sitting there and they're looking at the camera. It's like a photo of them all. It's a really weird shot. It's just like just sitting doing nothing.
Well, it's just showing that, aimless.
Their life is meaningless. There's no meaning to it.
They were hoping this bunker, they would be able to live there for a bit.
And they can't because there's nothing there. So then they walk away again. They're walking through this field and they see this woman sitting in a field with a baby.
Yeah.
There's a baby crying with this woman. And when they approach it, it's a doll.
It's one of them pull strings.
This woman's just playing with a doll.
Pull a string and it cries.
Yeah.
And Celine stares her down.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure this is a zombie.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
This is the point where we then see the final shot of the chair tower zombie man.
Yeah.
Which is definitely over 100 feet high now. It was enormous. It was literally...
Celine and this doll lady are just staring each other out, and then eventually the doll lady zombie just screams.
Yeah, and so Celine slices its throat over.
Yeah.
Slices its throat off, and that triggers all of the zombies to come running. They leave one of the old ladies to just get eaten.
Therese sacrifices herself, basically.
She couldn't run anyway. She's
Celine turns and just takes all the zombies on.
Yeah, she's like
a one-woman.
She's like a wrecking
killing machine.
She's like Michonne from Walking Dead. She's just like killing.
And there's a lot of blood spraying around
everywhere.
Doesn't take long for one of them to take a chunk out of her arm, but she's still fighting.
And then you just see this like group of people, and then this like fountain of blood just comes over this pile of hands that you can see. Tanya, Bonin, and Zoe managed to run away.
Yeah.
So we're just back with those three. That's all we've got left now. And they hide Zoe away, don't they? But
yeah, there's a quarry.
Type something like, and there's like an office. So they hide her away in there, but she instantly gets found. And Tanya kind of distracts this zombie that's found Zoe with her accordion.
Yeah, she plays the accordion.
She starts playing the accordion.
Again, leads the horde away. So Bonin has led them away in one direction.
Yeah.
And Tanya's gone the other way.
Yes.
Leaving Zoe to, fend for herself.
Yeah, so she goes and finds Bonin.
Well, she goes back to the bunker, I think.
Yeah, I think because he's still there.
Yeah.
Or he's gone back there. And when she gets there, he's got his gun in his mouth.
Yeah.
As if he's about to kill himself.
There's loads of zombie bodies lying around.
He's just done. He's over it.
But he's also been bitten.
Yes, he has also been bitten. So he says to her, look, there's no hope for me. Go and find Tanya. I'm done. And he tells her a joke. And Zoe goes off. When she gets outside, she finds Tanya's accordion on the floor.
Yeah.
So Tanya's also dead.
She's also got a rifle.
Yes. And she walks off alone. She walks past the side of a road.
She walks past like a mini monument.
Yeah, of toys.
Of kids' toys.
And then randomly she's standing at the side of the road and she can hear an engine come in.
Yeah.
And when it appears over the hill, it's a stock car.
Yeah.
One of these stock cars from
the race driver from the
guy
first
from
scene.
the first scene of the movie. I never thought we'd see him again. So he gets out and Zoe says...
He's number 79.
Yeah. He's the guy from the cabin.
Left the note.
Okay, cool. Zoe says to him, look, don't go that way.
Yeah.
Bad things have happened that way. And he says, oh, thanks. Thanks for letting me know not to go that way. I won't go that way. And she asks him if he's an astronaut. He's got a white suit and a helmet on. And then they drive off together into the sunset where the movie ends.
Until the post-credits scene.
Until the post-credits scene. Well, it isn't even a scene. It's just a shot.
We're back at the chair tower.
Yeah, back at the chair tower.
And we see from behind, Bonin.
Yeah.
And Tanya.
Just staring at it.
Zombified.
And there's
staring at the
parrot sitting on it.
Yeah.
Randomly. Just cawing. And that is how your movie ends.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression you're more high on this than I am.
I really liked it. Yeah.
Did you?
I really enjoyed it.
I hated it.
I thought I was fully in. I thought it made me jump. I felt like I haven't seen a zombie movie for ages. I liked the abstractness of it. It didn't really make sense, but I wasn't really bothered. Like, it maybe didn't make sense is not the right word.
No, it's not. It's correct.
It didn't.
It doesn't make any sense.
It didn't answer any questions.
No,
but I was fine with that.
They posed quite a lot, but it didn't answer any of them.
And it was on the right side of artsy-fartsy for me. I thought it looked really nice.
It did look nice. I'll give you that. It has a nice look.
I thought it had some good kills in it. It was gory.
Yeah.
It was quite tense.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
There was no idea of who any of these people were.
No.
There was no idea of what had happened or why.
No.
There was no
It's just
idea of
zombies.
why the zombies had become sentient, why they were building towers of items.
Yeah.
None of this is explained.
No, and I think, yeah.
And
I would have liked to know a little bit more about. So
Yes,
these towers
surely.
are important,
yeah,
and so I probably would have liked to have known a bit more about the zombies end game. But
I'd like to know how they've built this 100-foot tower of chairs.
Yeah.
Because and why and what was it doing? Because it was doing something to them.
maybe they just get on each of the shoulders, like a zombie in a big coat.
Like in World War Z, where they just like pile up.
Yeah.
I thought it was really boring.
Did you?
Yeah,
See,
genuinely.
I didn't think it dragged at all.
About halfway through my notes, I've written, "God, this is dull," and it really.
I'm really surprised.
Really
I thought you'd enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that
enjoy
you
it.
have.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's been a long time since we've been apart
Yeah.
on a film, and it's a zombie horror
It
movie.
just took me.
That's fine.
I
mean, it happens, doesn't it? I mean,
I was engaged.
you can. I can never pick what you're going to think of a film. I really struggle because sometimes you'll be like, oh, I fucking hate it. There's no explanation, and then sometimes you'll be like, there's no explanation, but I really like
Yeah,
that.
it just took me.
So I've just gone with it today, and I think it depends on your mood. Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I've gone with it.
Yeah.
And this week I've not gone with it, and I couldn't go with this one. I just like
That's also
I need
fine.
some backstory on at least one person.
Yeah.
Just to why do I care about any of these people? The first
don't
time I met
think-
Bonin, he was burning dead bodies, which could have been humans, could have been zombies.
I don't think. I think we could have slimmed down the cast. This. What does Real? He added nothing to this movie.
And the kid,
Not
the
really.
young lad.
Yeah, not really.
No, didn't need to be there. The two old women, what were they doing? This movie probably would have been better if there was just the three of them.
Yeah,
Didn't really
maybe.
need anybody else.
Maybe.
Nobody else brought anything to this movie.
I just.
Why was this woman in a pantsuit like a badass?
Yeah, we didn't.
zombie
So we
killer?
didn't really get any.
Where did she come
Unless
from?
there was a bad subtitle, we didn't really get anything on why was she so angry. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was.
There's nothing about. There's no character development at all.
Yeah.
They're literally just people in a zombie apocalypse who we don't find anything about. We don't find out why it happened. Where we don't even know where we are, and I couldn't forgive it for it. I thought it was really dull. And once I was out, I was out. And
See, I didn't find
never
it dull.
dropped-
I didn't find
really
it
did.
dull.
That scene where there just lingers on the forest scene for 5 minutes. I
Oh,
really
when
didn't-
they were all
when
walking
they were
through the
walking-
frame.
Yeah, I just didn't
Yeah,
like that at all.
I thought I
Why am
quite
I
enjoyed
watching it? And then there was a drone shot for ages of them just screaming, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
that
out.
was that was
I'm
filler.
completely out.
Okay.
So yeah, I couldn't enjoy this movie. I didn't enjoy this movie. I thought it was awful.
As is your right.
It's arty farty bollocks. What's the best thing about it? And why is it the look?
It is the look.
It is. It does look really nice. It's all like moody and foggy and misty, and it always seems to be first thing in the morning.
I thought there was some good kills.
There was some good kills.
The death choreography.
There was some nice
that's the
head
thing, was
explosions,
good.
and the guy who was Bonin's mate
Genuinely made me jump 3 or 4 times.
I only jumped to the stock car bit. I don't think I jumped again. I don't. Maybe I'm down on it because there's no dub. I don't know, but I did miss some of the dialogue because there's a lot more dialogue than you would expect.
Yeah, possibly.
But it just wasn't for me. What would you change about it?
It would be nice to have a bit more on the characters.
You do need something. You need to give me a reason why I'm interested in if Bonnie's going to blow his head off or not.
Yeah. Or even the zombies as characters, as in. Yeah.
Because the last time we saw Bonnie, he got his gun in his mouth, but he clearly didn't kill himself because his head's still on in that post-credit scene.
Yeah, true.
So he just must have let himself turn.
Because I didn't even know if because when Zoe left with the rifle, I didn't even know she'd took his rifle and she'd put him down.
Maybe she had, but she didn't shoot him in the head.
Well, we didn't see the front of his face, though, did we?
Very true.
But that's
the bullet goes in one side, it's coming out the other. We never even saw what happened to Tanya. We don't know who she was. We don't know why she was tied to his bed at the beginning.
That's because the camo guy had
Yeah.
come across her, I presume. And
There just wasn't enough.
you couldn't
Even if you'd have had a scene of like...
have
this is
done
what's
all
happened.
the characters justice, but you could have done...
At least give me one, and then give me an explanation.
Pick three, 4 that you want to
I want
delve into, I
only
guess.
3 characters in this movie. I want Bonin, Tanya, and Zoe. That's all I need. I don't need anybody else. And then let me know what happened. Why is everybody turned into a zombie?
But there's plenty of zombie movies
there
where you get just it's just zombies have happened.
Yeah, but
which I think is okay. But I suppose
it's okay if it's done right.
Drawing on what you've said, I suppose introducing something that weird like the zonuments.
Yeah.
Then, actually tell us a bit
Give
more
me a bit
because you're
more
doing
about...
something a bit different than I've seen in other.
And if you're going to do that
movies.
as well, if you're going to build a 100-foot high chair tower, let me know why they've done it. What's its end game? Are they just tidy zombies?
Party game. Someone's got to sit on the top.
Are they just tidy zombies who are like tidying things up? I don't know. I just didn't. I wasn't on board with it because I didn't get enough explanation. Right, should we talk stream table?
Yeah, this could be problematic.
Yeah, this could be. This stage in the season for this far apart is going to be problematic. There's the 23rd movie going into this stream table.
Okay.
Am I going to read through the whole thing?
Well, I'm not sure. I think you might have to just because I'm not really sure how far apart we are on it.
Okay. Currently at 22 is Meet the Blacks. 21 is Riptide. 20 is Hard Feelings. 19 is The Great Chinese Beans. 18 is Bloody New Year. 17 is The Utah Cabin Murders. 16 is Prey. 15 is Strange Ways Here We Come. 14 is Rogue Agent. 13 Mad Dogs. 12 Hypnotic. 11 is The Influence. The top 10 currently is Sundogs. At number 9 is Green Sea. 8 Bubble. 7 Finder's Fee. 6 Ambush. 5 Security. 4 The Girl in the Yellow Jumper. 3 60 Minutes. 2 is The Call. And currently at the top of the stream is The Lost Patient. Start me off.
Start you up where I had it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh no. You just said honestly, that can't be good.
Honestly, my pitch coming into this before we had this conversation and did this episode was this is number one. I'm not even winding you up.
Oh my god. This might be a new record. So I was reading through, I had no preconceptions of where this was going, but as I was reading through this, I was like, I stopped at somewhere around 16.
That's legendary.
I don't think we've ever been that far apart. Okay, we're both going to have to move.
I think I might have tempered it slightly since, but certainly as I was...
Surely I've talked you out down a little bit.
Certainly as I was watching it, I was like, this is the best thing we've seen this season. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really invested.
I'm so surprised by this. Genuinely so surprised.
Now I'm thinking I almost feel like I'm just...
It'd be interesting to see what other people think of it.
I've gone way out there. I'm outlying on this. I don't know.
One of us is.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what the other people in the Discord think. One of us is definitely wrong here.
I mean, the only thing that I've got in my defense, really, that I can think of pitching off the top of my head is that it's just weird. The thing that's really weird is the sort of seriousness and artness of it. And then you've just got that basically slapstick joke.
Yeah, but
in the middle for why?
Yeah, why? You're saying why is that a good thing? Why? I didn't get why it was there at all.
I'm a sucker for movies that surprise me, I think, and
Well, it surprised me, but not necessarily in a good way.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to.
We're both gonna have to move quite significantly.
Do something about this.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I thought you'd. I'm not necessarily. I didn't necessarily think you'd think it was the best movie of the season. I thought you'd be higher on it than you are.
I really wasn't.
Honestly, I was all set to think, it's a French double header at the top of the stream. Okay, what should we do?
I don't know.
What's half of 1 and 16? 8.
I don't know what else we can do other than put it in 8.
What does that put it above? That would put it
above Bubble.
I'm not. Do we put it in top 10? How much are you prepared to give? How much am I prepared to give?
There's a weird spot there between Bubble, Green Sea, and Sundogs, because they're all not great films.
No, I think they're in the right place.
But they are in the right place.
Yeah.
But that's a weird spot because everything above that, it's not touching anything above that. Can we put it just outside the top 10?
10th?
above Sundogs. You're going to knock Sundogs out of the top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you've come down a lot further than I've gone up there, so I'm going to have
Otherwise,
to
we're going to be here all night.
Yeah, we are.
Arguing the toss.
I'm going to have to take that. It pains me to see it in the top 10, but that's what this show is. It's how it's much your show as it is mine. It's about compromise, especially at this point in the stream table. And I'm quite glad that didn't come earlier, because that would have really stumped us for the whole season.
Yeah,
if that had
probably
come
would.
earlier.
I can't wait to see what guys and girls in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to find out what other people think of it.
Yeah,
because when I saw it was 5.8, I was like, that seems high. But
so, like I said at the start, that's pretty much the same rating as Security, which we loved.
Yeah,
really enjoyed.
Yeah,
I enjoyed. I
wouldn't have this anywhere near a 5.8. Genuinely, this is a 4.2. It's going 10th.
I thought it was a good time. Interesting.
Very interesting.
2 movies left.
2 movies left to try and topple The Lost Patient at number 1.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Who knows?
I wonder. Because we've got a wild card left in play. And I had a bit of a conversation with old Jordan this week, the last wild card remaining. And he has decided to play his wild card this week.
Ah, good on him.
So Robin's got a week off. Jordan's played a movie. He's going to try and come for Alex's top spot, because Jordan's consistently decent with his wildcard picks.
Yeah, he's got
usually
a pretty good record.
Alex should be a bit scared at this point, because Jordan has picked a horror movie.
Okay.
An Indonesian horror movie.
Okay.
That's nearly 2 hours long.
Okay.
It better fucking have a dub. I might even check that. And it's called, randomly, The Womb.
Right, of course it is.
Because of course it is. Would you like to synopsis of The Womb?
I would like 2 synopsis of The Womb.
Would you like 2
please.
synopsises or 1 synopsis? Fucking hell, one's huge. I'm not reading that one. The shorter one says, grappling with an unplanned pregnancy, a woman turns in desperation to a mysterious older couple who promise to take care of her baby.
Okay.
According to IMDb, it's a drama, horror, mystery thriller.
Okay. Creepy baby or creepy older couple, do you think?
Creepy older couple, I think.
Okay.
Hopefully. I don't like creepy babies. Scare me. It's Indonesian.
Nice.
Was released in 2022. Post-COVID movie. So that
I'm intrigued.
is going to be the 24th movie of our season.
Nice.
The week after that will be the finale.
Yeah.
So yeah, go out there now and watch The Womb. And in the meantime, check us out on Instagram and Letterboxd at BOTS_podcast. If you want to drop us an email, our email address is bottomofthestream@gmail.com and our website is bottomofthestream.com. On our website, you will find every episode we've ever recorded, all of our stream tables, loads of other cool stuff, and you can even get some merch if you want to buy a Bottom of the Stream.
Accordion.
I thought you were going to go with chair, but you didn't. After you've done all of that, head over to Patreon, patreon.com/bottom of the stream. On there, for £5 of your English pounds every month, you will get early access to episodes. You will get bonus episodes. You will get exclusive access into our Discord exclusive area. And you will even get a wild card, which means you can do what Jordan's just done. Pick the film that we're going to watch next week. And if you pick the best one of the season, you will win a prize. And then, when you've done all of that, head over to Discord. The Discord is a wonderful group full of wonderful people who will talk to you about anything. We play games, we do watch-alongs. We've got a watch-along coming up. There would have been a watch-along last week. Loads of other cool stuff goes on in the Discord. The Discord's great. Head over there. The Discord link is in the bottom of the show notes.
If you can spare a few minutes, please leave us a rating or a review anywhere you can review and rate podcasts. It really helps spread the word about the show. You can do that anywhere you find podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Podchaser, Spotify, YouTube Music. Come and find us.
Do it. Do all of that. And then go out and watch The Womb. And we'll be back next Monday for The Wave and next Thursday for the movie show.
Cheers!
Goodbye!